Hello everyone, and welcome back to yet another long overdue video of mine, and in which I'm sorry for, but here's what I have for you. A simple villager home, or a home for you rather, if you really want it to be. I say villager as this is a cramped home, not much space to be desired, and it does take a fair bit to make. So, without further ado, I believe we should get to building this quick thing. So, before we actually begin building anything, I'm going to go ahead and show you the materials that we will be using. So if you want to pause and take a gander, go for it. And then next, I'm going to go ahead and show you the foundation. So if you want to just fill this in, go right for it as well. Okay, so next we can go ahead and start framing out the house. So first thing I'm going to do is raise all the outer posts here on the outside, or the outskirts, up by 3. Now that these are all raised by 3, we can go ahead and raise these middle points up by 1. And then on these outer posts or inner posts, an additional 2. Next, here on the front, we're going to go out by 1, and then in 1, then up 2, copying that onto the other side, and again, lifting this up by 1, and then having one knot come out, and then pull this all the way back. And then copying what you did on that side to this side. So when you are done framing, this is your result, and actually, one more thing, we're going to take out these 3 middle points, and we're going to go up by 1 and then over 3 again, just to kind of give the roof a little more of a raised variation. So the next thing we're going to need are some oak wood fences, some cobblestone staircases, and we can get some spruce wood planks as well. So the next step we're going to do is we're going to bring these up by 2 on most of the posts, and 1 here, 2 here, and then as well 2 here, and then 2 more on this side. Then we're going to have a log on these points face out like so, and then back and front just like this. Next, we're going to take our cobblestone staircases. We're going to go put 1 here and then 1 underneath both sides, and then also copying onto the other side the same thing, and then another pattern here and 1 more here. And if you want, we can go ahead and throw in a little detail now. I'm just going to use some ladders. I'm going to go up on the outskirts like this. And I'm going to take my wooden oak wood trapdoors, and I'm going to put 2 here. Just like that. And I'm going to copy this onto the other side. Alright, so I did add in 2 more materials that I had completely forgotten about, which were stone bricks and stone buttons. But for now, we'll be using the slew of stone brick material, because we'll be creating the chimney. So I'm just going to create like a basic square. I'm going to go up twice. And then I'm going to go up 2 here in the center, actually 1 in the center, 2 on the side, and then I'm going to go up infinitesimal with the other one, just to kind of match, but stay a little lower than the main point there in the center. And then when you're happy with the design, we can go ahead and kind of just speckle it with different types of stone brick materials, just to kind of break it up, even add some staircases here on the side and whatnot. Then at the very top, I'm just going to put a stone brick staircase with a stone slab, and then if you want to use smoke materials or chimney or cobwebs with smoke, go right for it. But I'm just going to finish this up. So you should now have a very basic looking chimney. Doesn't have to be functional. I just decided to throw in the cobwebs now as opposed to later because I might forget. And then the next point, we're going to need our spruce wood planks, some cobblestone staircases, and we'll get some spruce wood stairs and spruce wood half slabs with some trapdoors and hay bales. Because now we'll start tinkering with the roof a little bit. So for the sides, I'm just going to follow the 1 spot lower, just kind of follow along the oak wood logs pattern. And I'm going to copy this onto the other side. Next, I'm going to kind of create the basic outline with the cobblestone staircases. So just following at the height of the oak wood fences. I'm going to do this all the way around the structure, including here on the back side, or the shed side, rather. And then we will have to come out 1 more here, and then go up the side of the structure like this. And then same thing for over here. Go over 1 more and up like that. And then we'll be needing another material that I completely forgot about, cobblestone slabs. And put 1 there, and then you don't have to put 1 here. You can if you want. I'll just put 1 there for now. Next, we can use our spruce wood staircases, and we're just gonna fill in this side, just to kind of keep it basic, simple shape. And using your half slabs here at the top, like so. And then here on the sides, getting back to this point of the structure, this little tricky, cozy bit, we're gonna need to include a staircase here, and then just kind of randomize it, I guess, is what I usually do at this point, just to kind of, make it look a little different. So these points are going to be a little tricky because this side's a little higher. If you want, you don't even need to raise this. You can keep this a little lower, like so it stays beneath the cobblestone. It gives it a little more depth that way as well. And then when it reaches this middle point, it'll have just that little more to go. And then here on the sides, I just add in another spruce wood staircase like that. I'm doing the same thing onto the other side. Now by the chimney, I'm just going to use blocks because it's going to be a lot of hidden detail there. So just using blocks would be the better choice. And then when you get to that third level, you can raise up and use some staircases there. And then if you want to add a little more color and texture to your rooftop, you can add in like hay bales randomly there, wherever you think they would be necessary, just to kind of break it up, and then add in some other details, not always necessary, but they do kind of just brighten the mood a little bit of the structure. It doesn't matter where you place them, just as long as you think they look good where they're going. A lot of times it's just to add a little breaking point. And then for the very top, I'm actually going to break these two spruce wood staircases, and I'm going to use some cobblestone staircases instead and create the top outline or the top molding or crust, whatever you want to call it, across the top like so. And if you want this to be more formal, you can just do something like that. All right, so now we're getting to that point where it's going to be mostly details and some little added materials. So now I'm going to add in some buttons. We're going to need some spruce wood stairs. Might as well grab a lot of these other little stuff just in case, which would be trapdoors, fences, ladders, and probably going to need some cobblestone staircase as well. And you can go ahead and get a door of your choice and kind of just shove it in place. And then we'll call it good for that point. So next I'm going to add in all the little buttons. I'm just going to put the buttons on all the outer logs because buttons are the best. Next I'm going to finish up any points that I've forgotten. Like I'm going to put a slab there on the knot, then I use the staircase over there, and of course that side's covered. Then I'm going to use spruce wood staircases underneath the overhang just to kind of give it a little more support. Then we can fill in this spot here with just a regular spruce wood plank, or do a double half slab there in the center. And then we have the case of the detailing. Now, the detailing with this is very tricky, and it does take a little time because there's not a lot of space to work with. So the best thing to go about some spots is to actually kind of cheat. So I'm going to use like a stone brick staircase there. Then I'm going to grab some jungle leaves. And then as well as I'm going to take some vines. Now, and I could use some trapdoors as well to kind of cover up parts of the house. Now I call this cheating because technically you are. You're hiding up points that you can't really detail, but you're trying anyways. This is kind of take your eyes away from the unfinished points, but there's just not enough room to put much here. I mean, you can try and put a window there, but I don't think it looked very good. And then I'm going to do kind of the same thing on the other side. Maybe even use, no, that's too much. Maybe use more bushes around the side, because why not? And kind of use some more vines, and then use maybe a double trapdoor, just kind of like lattice on the house. And then for the back side of the house, it's the only side that has a window. So I'm going to put a window here. I'm going to need my oak wood logs. I'm going to put a row coming down the top, and then one here, and one here as well. It's a little much, but actually do this instead. And then we'll use a trap door on either side of the window. Then we can go ahead and throw in some staircases there, and I'm going to put a fence there at the center. And that'll take care of that. Then add in the spruce wood staircases onto the side underneath there as well. And then one final touch-up for the outside would be a trapdoor there. See, look how spacious this is. It's just, you have so much room in here. It makes interior design very difficult. But the first thing we're going to do is, of course, open up the chimney area and kind of open up the sides because we'll be using different materials here. I'm going to go ahead and grab some things. So I'll take some stone brick staircases. And for the inside, I'm going to use a completely different material. I'm going to use some birchwood staircases, some birchwood half slabs, and I'm going to grab maybe like one glowstone. Now I know that these 3 weren't part of the selection, but I wasn't planning on doing a little interior, but I guess I can. So for the center, I'm going to use a glowstone there. And I'm going to take my birchwood staircases, put them there, and I'm going to put 2 here on both sides. I'll use a block here in the center, and then I'm going to do the same thing, copy that over. Right there, and then for here, I'm just going to drag it down the middle, like that. So at least the roof doesn't look so terrible, or the ceiling. And then I'm going to take both staircases like that, and if you want people to avoid jumping into the fire when you light it, I really advise you put a slab there so, you know, you can't set yourself afire, a flame, whatever. Then that pretty much does the interior design. Furnishing will pretty much be what you believe you have enough room for, which is probably just a bed and chest, maybe a little table, if you can squeeze one in. But yeah. And that wraps up this tiny villager home tutorial. Now, I didn't want to do anything adventurous for how long I've been away. Just for memory's sake, I kept this a short one to build off of. There is much more planned and much more detailed builds I do plan to return to in some point in time that are on my list, like the ones that I've been getting a lot of requests for to go back and finish some of those fantasy style structures. Though it has been a while since I've built that style, but I do intend possibly soon. But for now, I may just try and keep things short, seeing my upload speed where I live is borderline pathetic. So, a big thanks to all you new subscribers out there. I am not dead, I'm just busy, and likewise, I don't have a great connection regarding uploads, so it's a process. And so again, as always, until next time, see you later.